Okay, well, we're back. And anyway, I watched a whole movie and the book, Shazam, by the way. Highly recommend. It's very good. But you can see there's like little shiny bits. It's not completely dry yet. So this is a slow drying glue. And while I was waiting for that to dry, I thought I'd see what I was going to do with one of the little boxes that fits inside. And here's one, which I used the Sharpie, what is this, oil-based marker, and I just painted the outside gold and put some of the paper I showed you in the beginning inside. That took a long time, so we'll do something else for the next box. So I thought I'd play around with some of the boxes. So I have, how many boxes? I have this many boxes. So the big one, we're definitely not going to go at it with this little marker. That would be silly. But this one's done. And this one, I believe, is the one where my little character rests. So next I need to paint her, but that's little Jotress. She's got a dagger. She's got a long sword. There we go. So I think for the inside, we're going to just use some scrap paper. And that is pretty good. We're just going to crease that so we know where to cut. So we're just going to cut that, and we're going to stick that down with some boop-a-doop-boo. Oh, we might as well just use this. This is the Cocoina again that I use all the time. And we're just gonna put a nice layer down in here. And I want to kind of get this in the corner, because if I use this as the tray to throw my dice in, I don't want the paper getting messed up. But I think I'll use the book itself. So that's there. And then I have these lovely, oh, whoops, I grabbed the wrong one. This lovely little doohickey, which is again for clay, clay work, but I can use it to press everything right down into the corners. And that fits nicely. And let's work with this one. Okay, here's our box. Like I said before, I'm not really like all that, like, oh, I have to do the outside of the box, but this one, I think it's just going to be easier. So we're just going to give it a nice liberal dose of glue. Plop that down in the center. I kind of wiggle it around a little bit. There we go. Let's just start cutting that. We'll save that for the bottom. Go. Oh, well, that was quick. Can't move that. All right, so I have my box cut out, or my paper for my box cut out, and I'm just going to fold that in and see where my folds are. There we go. And that gives me a place to cut. Actually, let's just glue it all up. In for a penny, in for a pound, right? On the edge, if we're just going to glue everything up first, and then we'll fold it in. And we're going to take this and pop in the corners again. And make sure everything is nice and flat. And then we're just going to put in a nice fancy bottom. I don't know, what do you think? Should I use the color that's here? Or should I use contrasting? I think this was some gift wrap I got from some kid selling gift wrap. Since this is black, we are just going to trace this because that's going to make it easier. And it doesn't actually matter if my ink pen is working. We're just going to make a line. There we go. There. It's wonky. Okay. Get our glue stick. Make sure get that down nice and smooth. Oops, she says as she unsmooths it. There's that little ridge in there that's not proper, and if we wanted to, if we were, you know, a crazy person, we could just cover that up. Because who's going to look inside the box like that? Crazy people, that's who. Like me, because I'm fixing it. And there you go. Easy peasy. Okay, so this is the box where all of my dice go in. Right. I just have 2 sets. There's apparently, you know, you can have many sets because sometimes you have to roll more than 1 die at a time. Come on. So there they are. So what had happened was, as you see in the video, I had moved my tripod and not really realized it because I thought it was in the same place, and I just tucked my phone in the same place and thought, so you could see the legs in the video, obvious, and everything is at an angle. But when I started doing the larger box here, I don't know what happened. It was all completely, you could just basically just see the blue desktop. So I thought I'd come back and tell you how I did this one. There's the paper that we put on the inside of the box, and here's the outside, and I just left the bottom plain. So once this was completely dry, what I did was I went along the outside with my miracle tape, and I just found the widest one I had and worked with it, and I laid that completely around the box, and then I used this Fancy Pants copper leaf, and you'll see me, because that's where the video picks up, is where I burnish this along the sides. And then I use the washi tape on the insides, and I fold the remainder onto the outside. So that is how I do that box. And then just in case, I noticed that you couldn't really see the inside of this box very well, but there it is. That's the outside. Okay, so let's just pick up on burnishing our gold foil, and back to you, Bob. So this is just some copper leaf I found, and we are going to apply that to the box, and I'm just going to take all of this off. What the heck, right? And let's see, does it stick? That's the fun part. I'm gonna burnish the heck out of it. Where's my phone folder? Be a lot better. Burnish the heck out of it. see what happens. Oh, lovely. And to think I had no faith in your ability to stick. Okay. So that looks very nice. And we'll probably use some cornstarch or something. Well, let's see if we can get the sticky, some of the ends are sticky. Let's see if we can de-stickify that a little. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Back you go, gold leaf, copper leaf. Oh, that's pretty. I think a little washi would be a fun thing. Should I use this washi, which is darker, or no, that's shells. For some reason I thought those were skulls. So let's see. How this looks. And we're just gonna hold that down like that. Let's get my juice here that I haven't opened, and I'm thirsty. Okay, I'm down with that. I mean, my key isn't, to make it perfect, but I just want it to be fun to look at, I guess. It's my goal. And I'm going to go back here with my little rubber mallet thing. What is it called? It's not a mallet. And it's kind of coming off a little, I don't know, steampunky, which is not my intent. I wonder if there's a steampunk version of D&D. That would be fun. Airships, blasters, goggles. Okay, and we're just going to take our little tool here and get everything into the corners. We're going to use the excess glue that's already there to kind of move it around and get that tape right into the corners. Okay, so that is another box. I might go have a break to eat because I had some yogurt and I'm still hungry. So here we have this, and these go here, and whoops, we have our character box, and that's pretty good. And let's take a look at our book box. It is still wet. We are not using this nori glue on this anymore. This would be good if it had to dry overnight, because it actually is really thin, and it was nice to work with. But I think we're going to put on another layer of tissue paper, and we're also going to cover the spine. And I believe I am going to use that gold pin on the spine. And then I want to put a pocket here. And I want to do something to give it a closure. And that is where I am a little lost, because there's nothing in here to like tuck a closure under. So I think it's going to have to be like a frog closure on the outside.